Welcome to Beyond the Awards, a podcast from the British Wedding Film Festival. To launch the 2026 British Wedding Film Festival, we wanted to bring you inside everything that's new this year. And what better way to do that than with the people behind it?
In this episode, we're joined by our fellow co-founders, Laura and Pete, as we unveil the latest updates to the festival, from brand new categories to an expanded panel of judges and the thinking behind the changes we've made.
We talk you through what's different, why we've made those decisions, and what it means for filmmakers at every level, whether you're entering for the first time or coming back again.
We also share what we're really looking for this year and how to approach your submission.
If you're planning to submit or even just thinking about it, this is your starting point for the 2026 festival. Laura, Pete, welcome.
Hello.
This is, I was saying, this is not just me and Jeff's podcast. This is our podcast because you co-founded the festival with us. So welcome to your podcast.
Hey, thanks for doing it all. Yeah, that's great.
It's brilliant. I love listening to it though. It's so nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Neither me nor Joss have ever done a podcast before. You guys are like,
You're naturals,
experienced.
Yeah, you guys are
But yeah,
great. And
a great double act.
and
Love
you
it.
interview people. That's much
Yeah.
harder. We're just, chilling with our mates, aren't
Yeah.
we, on our podcast?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's the whole thing, isn't it? Being an interviewer.
yeah.
Deep
Yeah.
diving.
Oh, our
It's good.
podcast, our creative commune, for all the listeners you have, that we just steal to us.
Yeah.
Are you trying to plug your own podcast?
I did
here,
plug
Pete?
it. It's
Maybe.
done. It's happened now. I like it. Jeff
It's
wouldn't cut
done.
it out. He wouldn't do me like that.
By the way, do you have a drink on your podcast? Yeah, as in drink, a real drink.
Sometimes.
Occasionally, yeah, me and Liam.
Sometimes we've done them when we've been on holiday, when we've been doing destination weddings. There's been like some,
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it
beachside
about Liam.
episodes. Yeah,
I've shot with Liam.
yeah.
He's an
Don't be
animal.
throwing shade at Liam.
He likes a beer. Yeah.
It does. Like first thing in the morning. It's like we just started groom
First
preps
thing in
and
the
it was
morning.
like, and it, yeah.
Well,
When all the
Jeff.
groomsmen are just picking out of a bucket of ice, and then he just pipes up like, "Do you mind if we have one of those?" It's like 10 in the morning.
Jeff, if there's one thing, I mean, we've learned many things from the +2 episode, but if there's one thing we've learned as well is that drinking on a wedding day helps creativity.
Yeah,
It does.
apparently
That's what they
so.
do.
It's all right for
Okay.
those guys.
Apparently
It's
we
all
all
right for
need to
me.
be doing that. It's so interesting,
Exactly.
isn't it? How different people are.
So, guys, this is a special episode because we're going to be talking about something special. Before we do, we've got Jeff and I have a tradition where we ask our guests, even though you're not guests, you're also part of the festival. But we ask everyone on the podcast to come up with 2 truths, 1 lie. Now, this is going to be slightly different because Jeff and I also have prepared our 2 truths and 1 lie, which I'm excited about. So
Finally.
we'll hear yours first, and then I think at the end
Okay.
we'll all 4 of us will play detectives and try and guess.
Okay, love that.
Okay,
I
it's
think
gonna
I'm
be a
going to
lot
be good at
first.
this. I think I'm going to be good at guessing.
Okay.
Right, let's go with our 3, shall we? We've done joint ones. We're going to do joint ones.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one is that we once had a couple who changed their ceremony venue, so their church, and they didn't tell us.
So next one, we had someone that didn't pay their balance for a year and we didn't notice.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do you want to do the next one?
The third one is my personal favourite and is like a wedding anxiety dream I have on the regular, which was we did a commercial shoot and we got to this place, we got all our stuff out, blah, 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 getting all set up and realised we did not have any memory cards with us whatsoever.
Do you know what? This is a perfect segue into mine because mine starts with a very similar story.
Does
But
it?
I've written mine down so that I say them the same every time.
Oh.
Okay, hopefully.
Oh.
But the first one sounds very similar to yours.
Okay.
So I once shot an entire 12-hour wedding day on a single 64 gigs SD card, which meant I was frantically backing up to my laptop and formatting between every major moment to clear enough space and shoot the next moments.
Surely just shoot at 720p and pass it off as vintage. Come on.
This was 2023. Okay.
Hey.
Second one, I once shot an outdoor ceremony at a vineyard in France, and their resident golden retriever wandered into the aisle mid-ceremony and proceeded to pissing on the base of the floral arrangement. I once shot an outdoor cake cutting where the wind was so strong that my light stand blew over, landed right on top of it, and completely destroyed the whole thing.
Actually, in the cake.
Yeah.
Did it on the cake.
Cake.
On the
Oh,
cake.
this is so hard, isn't it? I thought I'd be so good at this, but this is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard. It is. I mean,
His face lit up when he did the last one. That was the only difference between
Oh, I
any
love
of them.
it. Pete's
Yeah.
gone all forensic.
But it could just because it's such a happy memory, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
it's weird because while listening to both of yours, I remembered other things that I could have put in here that's similar,
Yeah.
you know. But the ones I've written down, I'll stick to. Okay. I once covered £100,000 wedding dress in blood.
How much coverage are we talking
Can we
about
ask
here?
questions like, where was the blood from?
No questions
What?
yet. No questions
No
yet.
questions
Maybe
asked,
at the end
okay.
when you're trying to work it
Okay.
out, or
Okay.
try to trip me up throughout the discussion. I once deleted an entire wedding halfway through the wedding,
Can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
and I once asked the groom if he was the father of the bride.
Oh, that's savage. That is savage.
All
because-
of those are
Yeah.
like horrific,
Let's not
aren't
go.
they?
Yeah.
The anxiety this is giving me is just off the charts right now.
Yeah.
I'm not
They're
gonna
all
lie.
horrible. They're all horrible.
Right, guys, we'll get all the actual answers at the end.
Yeah. I had an anxiety dream about weddings before our last wedding. And I've said to Laura, like, oh my God, I had this awful dream. And she's just like, I don't want to hear it. No.
Yeah. I'm like, why are you telling me?
She still doesn't know what it was.
I don't want to know. I was like, no, just let's not do that. You don't need to hear it the day before.
I was like, there was this surprise ceremony. It was in this woodland area.
Like, no, yeah. If anyone is listening to this on their way to a wedding, no, stop. Listen to it later. It's too much stress.
Yeah. Fair. Fair.
So we've got a big announcement to make, haven't we? Let's not forget about that
Sorry,
bit.
Jeff. Yeah, I could talk about mishaps all day, but this is actually a very special episode. Jeff, why is it special?
Because we are finally launching after probably the most stressful couple of months sorting shit out.
Yeah.
it's just been
Yeah, it
so
has been.
anxiety inducing, hasn't it? But
Yeah.
we're there. We're there.
We're there.
finally.
We're there.
We're there.
Round 2, here we come.
Yes.
Yeah, the difficult second album.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a lot
Yeah.
of discussion, hasn't there? And a lot of,
Yes.
obviously, we didn't know what we were walking into the first time around.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things we've learnt along the way and things we want to tweak. So it's a lot of thinking
and we
about
definitely
what
want to
wanted
please the
change.
people, don't
course we
we?
do,
We want to
yeah.
please the people.
So
There's
that
so
has
many
been
people
stressful.
to please.
There are.
I was
there are.
watching the ceremony back yesterday and listening to your intro, Joss.
I love that you call it a ceremony. It's just.
Well, it was a ceremony.
It's nice.
Come on.
From
it
the
was
outset.
a ceremony. It was.
Yeah, it was. It
But
was.
Joss was saying at the beginning, this is something we made for the people. And we want it to grow and evolve and be what they want it to be as well,
Yeah.
Like that's always been
That's
important
right.
to us, hasn't it? So,
Yeah.
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 Which is why year 2 is actually, and the planning that's gone into year 2 is equally as hard as the first one, because it's like, there has been so much learnings, but then you're like, well, we don't want to ignore that learning. You have to implement you have to take it on board, don't you?
yeah.
So all that, it just kind of, there's a lot of things we know how to do now moving forward with organization and that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
actually there's some curveballs that have come our way that you're like, well, we can't ignore it.
Yeah,
You
there
know,
were lots
things
of
we didn't
things
know
we
last
didn't
year kind of thing.
expect as well.
Yeah.
I think the hardest thing as well is we know we can't please all of the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's, you
That
get
has
a
been made
backlash
very
from
clear,
one-
hasn't it?
from one group, so you change, and then you get a bigger backlash from another group of people, so you change
Yeah.
that, and it's just like, okay, we've just got to follow our instincts,
Yes, that's what I was going to say. It's hard, isn't it? Because obviously straight
It
after
is.
the awards, we wanted feedback. We
Yeah.
did ask people for feedback, but obviously we're getting lots of opinions about, oh, you should do this, you should do this. And then it takes a while, doesn't it, for it to sink in and then go away and think, well, what did we want to do
Yeah.
to start with?
Yeah.
What do we think?
But you know what? Like looking through the categories now, I think it's better.
Yes.
I think it's
I'm
better, and I think
happy.
it was a long kind of process getting there.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
really happy with the categories.
Yeah, we've made a few category tweaks, haven't we?
Yeah. And like we've got rid of a few categories that were fine, but maybe weren't quite,
Maybe not as
like
clear or-
impactful in terms of, wanted to show
Well, there were
the films and
definitely
things like that.
aspects of our business that weren't represented in the first year.
Yeah.
So we've addressed that. There's a lot of things, a lot of different kinds of weddings around, in the British kind of market.
Let's go into those new ones then. Let's kind of talk about some of those new categories.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited about a lot of them. There's one of them I can't pronounce, so I'll leave it to one
Yes,
of you.
you can. You pronounce it
What's that?
beautifully.
But we've got
I know what you mean.
the one that starts with an R.
The
The one that nearly didn't sign off on because I was like, I can't pronounce it. So what's the
No,
point?
we're not having that.
But like we said, like just say it like in the
Yeah, we've
French
gotta
way
make-
because it's almost the same.
It's so nice.
We've got to make
Sounds
Josh
so
say
much
it now.
better.
We've got to make him say it. Say
Yeah.
it
on the night.
now.
What? Oh, right now. Rural.
Perfect.
Rural.
Yeah, that's
I
Almost
might
like-
open. We should open the festival with this line next year. Just rural.
That was very good.
Perfect. Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah.
like me trying to say Jizlon. What was it? Jizlon?
Let's talk about the
Anyway,
first
the
one. We've got. So I've got them up, and we'll bring them up on the screen on YouTube. But
Mhm.
first one I want to talk about is best emotive wedding film.
yes. I'm
Yeah.
so excited
How
for this
cool
one.
is this,
So exciting.
Yeah. Yes.
Laura? Why are you excited about this one? What's
Because
exciting about
this is my jam. Like any film that makes me feel something, not necessarily makes me want to cry, but just, like makes you feel something and makes you sort of empathize with these people. And like, that's what it's all about. Like whenever we're judging films, as soon as something does that, or if I get like goosebumps, and I just think like, wow, that's good.
Yeah.
I think for me, that's what wedding films should do.
And I
you
think
know.
those films ended up previously in documentary or in storytelling, didn't they?
We got
Which
so
is
many.
totally fine, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like, well, it's not so much a story, is it? It's just more about the feelings.
Yeah.
So I think
It's great
having
because
its own.
that it's an element that isn't represented by any of the categories otherwise. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, that feeling you get. It's like, it's probably the most important part of making a film, and yet it's not represented. So
it
it's
is,
great that
that's
we've got
it.
that.
yeah. So bit of an oversight from last year. Sorry about that.
I know, and it's again like, and I mean, some of the feedback, like where people are saying like, oh, it's really extravagant films that catch people's attention, or it's going to be somewhere beautiful or whatever, and it's like, no, like I don't feel like that. Like for me, like if it does that, if it makes you feel something, gives you goosebumps, that's more interesting to me than it being in a chateau or on a beach or whatever,
Yeah.
And I think that's really representative of like the UK industry because
Yes.
we acknowledge that location. I think it's true. It does play a part in how visually and aesthetically pleasing a wedding film can look.
Mhm.
But like this is just about the emotion you get watching the film. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't think it should matter where the wedding is shot. This is about make us
You're
feel
right,
something.
though. I think this is a really big strength for British filmmakers, and like, especially if we are like used to, shooting in the rain or shooting somewhere, that's like not necessarily aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Like that's something that works at every wedding, doesn't it? That's what we found. Obviously, that's our style. That works at any wedding. Just focus on the people, focus on that.
It could be a really popular category, this, couldn't it?
I think it will be.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. I'm entering.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's the one I would enter. Yeah.
We may or may not judge your film, Pete. So then the next one then we've got is the one that we started with, but I'll go on to next. Best rural wedding film.
Yes.
Again, very representative of like the UK industry because we're talking countryside estates, that kind of thing.
Farms.
Things that really represent the farms, barns. Yeah.
What did we say?
Essentially locations that really represent like
Oh, well,
the
that's
UK.
what I said. If you can see a sheep,
Yeah, then it counts.
Yeah, it counts.
as a rural wedding.
But I would, maybe it would accept a horse, a cow,
Horse, any fields
Horse
in
is
the
acceptable,
vicinity.
yeah.
It could be
rabbits.
Yeah. Could it be in a castle? But if it's got, fields near it, that's fine. But
Yeah.
that is a huge majority of weddings, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
The barn
That
weddings,
Hey,
Yeah.
here's one. Like, if the wedding is shot at a zoo,
No.
where there
Does
are
that
loads of
count?
animals.
Does
Absolutely
that
fucking
count?
not. No.
where would you be
No.
putting your
How dare
zoo
you?
wedding?
No.
A tiger is not
No.
a sheep.
Absolutely
No,
not.
but you know,
No.
you
Delete.
okay, fine.
Yes to
delete
zoo. No.
But the next category, best city wedding.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So
Definitely
there you
not
go,
a zoo this time.
the
We don't
opposite
accept
of the
zoo in that
rule.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that's a challenging category because I personally, I always find it difficult, a city centre wedding. You know, it's I guess it's kind of counter to my usual style. So I'm interested in seeing these entries because, you know, there's obviously, you know, a secret to making, you know, city weddings like really shine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking
Yes.
forward to seeing that.
They are tricky, and there's so many different like logistically, it's really hard to shoot a city
Yeah,
wedding.
that's what I was going
God,
to
Because
say.
yeah.
bride prep, groom prep, and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole somewhere.
Flapping
and then-
around, getting Ubers everywhere.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, I mean, like some of my favourite weddings been shot in Manchester city centre. Did one in Bath, which was beautiful. One in
Yeah.
Oxford, absolutely
I
stunning.
think it's just
think
like
it's-
capturing. It's nice. I like city weddings just for the capturing the place, you know, like and what you can add to it.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
a London wedding film. Obviously, you don't want half the film to be buses going by and whatever, but it's like in the same way that you would film a sheep or whatever to get the scene
Yeah.
setting stuff. I love that at a city wedding.
I've loved a few London weddings, but there is the travel,
It's
isn't
hard,
it? Is
yeah.
a whole, you know, with all your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
is,
God.
Yeah, is,
I've just got
is a
horrible
bit of a nightmare.
PTSD right now from like just running from like
Running.
sort of
Running.
from a hotel to a church in central London,
Yeah.
just not
Or they
like
say like,
miscalculating how far it was,
Yeah.
and just like
Yeah.
back in the days when all
Yeah.
the kit was heavier, and it's just like, oh my God, I'm gonna be late.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
For me,
It's a
it's the
lot.
bit where they get married, you know, and they have a ceremony, and then we're all just going to walk to here, and we're going to have dinner. So we'll do portraits on the way, and it's like you got all your stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't have a
yeah.
free hand. What am I filming you with?
That's
Or
what
like
I think.
another
of.
one is like I'm sure you've all shot at the old Marylebone Town Hall
Yeah.
in London, and it's like because there are allocated slots, you get 5 minutes to set up, and you get
Yes.
literally 2 minutes to then get your
Get
shit
in,
together
get
after the
out.
ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is this
yeah.
the next wedding after you?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh
Yeah.
my God, like
And then they do the confetti on the stairs, and then it's like, step
Go.
aside, step aside.
oh my God,
Iconic,
so
iconic
stressful.
venue.
Yeah.
Very iconic. I guess it's
Yeah.
part of the day, but that's why it makes it a very interesting category because it's like but architecturally. Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a tough one. Architecturally,
You said
this
it.
is going to
You
look
said it
beautiful. I did say
Yeah.
it. But like, but it's also how there's just so many elements you have to deal with on the wedding day. It does
Yeah.
add a level of complexity when creating that
Yeah.
play, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that one. Talking about looking forward to one, the next category is one that all four of us are very excited about. Best vintage style wedding film.
Yes.
Yes.
Which was also a late addition, wasn't it? We
Yeah,
were like,
yeah.
hang on a second.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't
it's
believe we
trying to,
didn't
like
think of that.
Jeff was saying earlier, trying to represent everyone, you know, and all the styles that we see, and make sure that there's something in there for everyone. And
Mhm.
so many people now are using Super 8, or they're using, you know, mini DVs, VHS, you know, to get that like vintage, nostalgic
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the name for it was the worst, wasn't it? Because it is like
So-
nostalgia, vintage, retro,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like trying to word that
Analog.
into a title for an award.
Analog,
it was
yeah, something that
We
kind
went down a rabbit hole with that, didn't we?
we did.
did.
Yeah.
But some people shoot just Super 8, but most people shoot where they just have a sprinkling. You know, they'll just put
Yeah,
a little bit of
yeah.
Super 8 in, or a little
Oh.
bit of VHS, or
I think it's important to mention that it doesn't have to be, you know, shot on film to qualify. You know, you can fake it. You know, if it's a decent kind of like sort of convincing.
I mean, we're
kind
not
of-
encouraging the fakery, are we? But if we can't
No,
tell, then
yeah, well, that's the
no,
whole
exactly.
point of
Yeah.
it, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
more the
Yeah.
feeling, the nostalgic feeling,
Yeah.
isn't it?
yeah.
because I
Because
think I think there are elements of that style of film that just don't fit into other categories. Like, you know, it kind of works well when all the sound's been cut out and it's got that kind of jittery kind of.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know, it's not going to win
that's
sound
true.
design, is it? With that,
That's
it's
so
not going to
true,
win
yeah.
cinematography because it's waving
Yeah.
around. it's like a completely different style, which is
Yes.
it's great that we've actually finally thought to include it.
Yeah.
Just to add to what you were saying as well, Jeff, like we were also saying, you don't need to. It doesn't need to have the whole film done in that way. So it's just the incorporation of those vintage style elements and how you incorporate what you've shot or not, or whether you fake it. But it's not the entire film that needs
how
to be
people use it is so interesting. You know, when there's a lot of people that are using 4 different camera types, and just using it all at different times and for different things. And then, it'll be black and white 1 minute, it'll be color the next, it's so interesting.
Yeah.
So.
And we actually, we tried a bit of this, didn't we, a few weeks ago at a wedding?
Yeah, took a camcorder, gave it to a bridesmaid. It's so,
How did that work out?
it. It's really cute. The way people respond to their friend with a camcorder, and it's footage that is, you would never have. It's not the same at all as what we're doing. But if you can find a way to sort of put it in there where it makes sense and there's a little section of it, I think it works so nicely.
Which we don't know if we can do yet, do
we?
Well, first time, we'll give it a go.
We've shot it. It's not been edited yet, but I've got, I think it'll be good.
I've got an old VHS camcorder as well, and I'm taking it to a wedding this week, and I'm going to do that. I'm just going to give it to bridesmaids on the dance floor or something. Just
exactly.
I could get absolute rubbish, or I could get some gold. I'll see.
Exactly.
And one of the things that me and Joss have learned, like some of the interviews that we've done that haven't been put out yet, we've learned that more and more people are wanting that personal touch. I cut my teeth kind of like trying to make everything look like a movie. So that was kind of like my era. Now people aren't bothered about that stuff. People want personal messages. They want personal little things that, that's as human as possible. And I think the idea of handing out sort of lo-fi cameras to everyone, I think that's that's gonna achieve that.
And now there's an award for you.
There's another new category, which is kind of it's merging 2 categories we had before. So in the last year we had best use of music and best sound design, which were 2 separate categories in their own right, but we've actually merged them together into a single one now called best audio design, which is essentially the incorporation of sound captured on the day plus obviously the music and how you create some kind of piece together.
It's all of it, isn't it? It's all the sound. It made sense to put that one together.
Yeah. Well, I think, helped to avoid confusion, I think, as well. That was some of the feedback we got with the audio.
I think a lot of the
awards.
The sound design category, I don't think many people entered that one. They didn't think that they were good at sound design. Yeah. And it turns out they are.
I think maybe they were too narrow category names, weren't they? Whereas this broader one should hopefully appeal. We'll see.
I think if people are putting effort into their sound, which I think many all people are trying to make the sound, and they're trying to add in ambient sound and all of that.
Isn't there a famous kind of saying about video?
Someone won't watch something that's pretty with terrible sound, whereas they'll watch something that's horrendous but with good sound.
Yeah, they do have to go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah. And let's face it, 90% of our kind of work goes into the sound design, doesn't it? With the, dialogue and monologue and underscores and, the way things
choosing
kind of mesh
music,
together.
making
That's
it
what
work
all the
with
work
the
is
music.
about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's like half the creativity of editing a film, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's one of the funnest bits.
Yeah. So get entering it.
Yes.
Right.
Obviously, we've kept some of the very popular categories. There's actually a final sort of newish, to a certain extent, category, which is best destination wedding film. It's not new, but this time it's limited to UK filmmakers because the idea of being a destination wedding for British is that it's shot outside of the UK. So in a way, that's a change and that's a novelty.
Yeah,
isn't it?
fair.
But we have kept some very popular categories. Best storytelling was really popular.
Yes.
Documentary style wedding film was really popular. That, obviously. Cinematography. One of all of our favorite was best beyond the wedding film. We saw some really creative stuff in there.
Yeah, and I think people now know what that's about because I think people were a tiny bit confused. It seemed.
Yeah.
about what that would be, because they were like, well, it's like an engagement film. It's like, well, that's exactly the kind of thing that's allowed in the...
That's where to...
Yeah, like, say if you've done an engagement film or like any film with a couple or, you know, wedding-y people.
Where they're not actually getting married.
Yeah.
Perfect one for that. Yeah.
Behind the scenes one would be cool in there. Just, So over half are now just for UK filmmakers, but just under half are still open to everyone or are just for
all
international.
Welcome. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think we had some
again,
feedback.
us listening, isn't it, to the feedback, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we had very confusing, conflicting feedback, didn't we? Whereas like some people were a bit like, oh, it feels a bit like there's so many amazing international people entering these that they felt a bit like overawed in a way. But then equally, when we kind of like maybe overcorrected initially, we had feedback that was like, well, if I'm not competing with those people, then the award doesn't mean as much.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing that scared me, was when really, really good UK filmmakers started saying, oh, well, I won't enter if it's just British. You know, that was like, what? No, we want you to enter. So,
Yeah,
well, we just want...
it's a balance, isn't it?
It's a balance, because we want to make it accessible, obviously, but we don't want it needs to be meaningful, doesn't it? Like, you know, if you win an award, and it's... Obviously, no one thinks it's like a participation award, and you just like, you get an award, and you get an award just for turning up. Like, no one's thinking that. But I think with some of the caliber of entries we had just for a first year, people were a bit like, oh, like, wow. But I think like that's a level that we can all aim for, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think the important thing is we didn't represent some things, you know.
Yeah,
so
I think the adding in of categories is great.
Yeah, so the vintage, that definitely was underrepresented, and like the emotive, and then like the things like, you know, like just the kind of more like specific, you know, rural city kind of, you know, like, because some people like live in London, don't they, and do all the work in London. Then maybe think, well, my work's very city specific, so maybe that's not what people are looking for.
Yeah.
Which is not really true. I don't think we were ever like, nah, that's not the vibe we're going for here.
No,
you know,
we want
if it's
to see
a good film,
don't
it's a good
we?
film.
Yeah.
So on that subject,
people
Joss,
will look at this now and see something
which of the categories are open to international, to everyone, to UK and international?
Best storytelling, best audio design, best social edit, best cinematography, best cultural wedding film, best beyond the wedding film, innovation in wedding filmmaking, best use of cinematic language.
Brilliant.
And obviously there's an award that is specific to international filmmaker for International Filmmaker of the Year.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And that will be chosen out of the international entries from,
That's it.
you know, the
into
categories
the other
they
categories.
can enter.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
we smashed
excited.
it.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm excited to see what everyone submits this year, you know?
Yeah.
I am. I really am. And I think those new categories, I'm very excited about. I mean, there was a lot I was excited about last year that didn't turn out. Or perhaps it was confusing to people, so it wasn't like people submitted what they thought they should. I'm hoping these new categories are a bit clearer.
Yeah.
Another change that I want to talk about, I'm very excited about, and I think everyone listening and everyone submitting will be happy about, is there is no more time limit on the film. So last year we had 7 minutes, right? This time we are opening entries to any film of any length.
Yeah, much to Pete's dismay. Poor Pete.
Much to Pete's dismay.
I think just that was a big thing. Some people make 10-minute films, don't they? And that's just their standard film. So having to re-edit it, submit it.
I think it's more like, there's no limit, but like we would advise still.
Yes.
Just how many films were submitted last year?
68.
Yeah.
68. So if they were all like,
if they were all half an hour, it would have been brutal.
it would have, we would have still been watching them now.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just, you know, it's one of those things that are like,
well, it's like an advised, keep it under 10 minutes, you know, like that would be the advice, but it's not.
Advice, but it's not, you know, obviously your film's fucking amazing. You know, we're all like bought in after 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, sure, you're probably going to watch it to the end, but if if you've got a 20-minute film and the last 5 minutes is the good bit, like it's one of those things, like, when entering awards, just be aware, like, you need to get
Grab
the judges'
attention
to start with.
It's the same advice as, what you'd give someone in general, isn't it? If someone came to you and said, I'm making a wedding film, how long should I make it? Then you'd say, well, if it's absolutely brilliant and keeps you watching, then make it
can be long.
The length. But I'm just going off, say, like our films. So our longer films, I know if I hadn't been at the wedding or I wasn't those couples, like the bit where we give them like a decent chunk of their ceremony, I'm off.
I'd say, some unofficial advice. I'd say, if you've got a film like that and you're going to enter it into an awards, I'd say just cut that bit out. And,
just
make it look good, and so that the judges are going to enjoy it all the way through. I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But I think that's a really positive change, or hopefully seen as a positive change, because that is definitely us listening to a lot of the feedback around length of films. Another change we're implementing is, so last year you could submit any film shot in any year, but now that we've kind of done year one, for year two, so for this year, it needs to have been shot from the 1st of January 2025. So we're starting to limit the sort of like the time frame within which
window
it's
a little
been shot.
Yeah.
Penalties for false entry is like £1,000, right? Is that right? For penalty if we discover, because we're going to go forensic, right? If we see like on one of the, the invites or something, if it's in shot, if we're like 2024, right, we're coming for you. Yeah.
That's right.
You got to sing a song at the karaoke. That's going to be a forfeit if you get caught doing that. But to be clear, you've got last year and this year. 25 season, 26 season.
Yeah.
So, you got 2 years to work with. We shouldn't have any repetition, should we? We might have.
Well, next year
Thinking about it.
This year and the next year.
Yeah.
But
the risk we take,
we're growing. We'll change it every single year.
A lot of people have left the awards last year thinking, or this year, I guess, but thinking like it's new motivation, it's like new techniques they want to implement, it's new inspiration. So
that's it. I'm expecting most entries will be stuff that people are shooting literally this weekend. It'll be that, won't it? I think.
And the final change is we've got more judges.
Yes.
So the first one is Mia.
Yes.
From Little White Moments.
Yes. Lovely Mia, who I'm excited for, especially because we've added in this emotive film category, because that is her jam. She likes the emotive stuff. So I think that's going to be great, her being on board for that,
Yeah.
100%. Looking forward to meeting her. I've never actually met her.
Oh, she's lovely.
She's also a little bit newer than the rest of us, so she's, not an old fuddy-duddy, like me.
What?
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
I said like me. I was speaking for myself. Okay. But Laura's getting on a bit, so she shouldn't hear so well anymore.
I think the good thing with Mia is that she's very much obviously like she's in touch. She's got her finger on the pulse, and she'll be really good with those. Obviously, she'll review all the entries, but I'm thinking specifically in the context of the UK only entries, or UK only categories. She'll be really good to have on board to kind of add that perspective.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
And we need to represent females more.
True. I'm happy. I'm so excited to have another woman on the panel. Yes. That's good.
I mean, back in my day, in the early 1950s,
women didn't exist.
all men.
Like, where have these people come from? It's not half the population. They just came out one day out the door. Like,
so weird. No, but
it's great to see.
There's new female videographers popping up every day. This is a thing.
Well, it is. It's a massive part of the market, because obviously, like a lot of brides are looking to book a female videographer, which is So it needs to be represented.
There's a lot of us out there, so it's good. Yeah.
And Jeff, do you want to talk about the other judge that we're bringing on board?
Ed Rubin. He used to work for Scott Free Productions. That is Ridley Scott's company. So big names here. So he worked,
that's cool.
He worked on The Awakening and Mandela: Long Walk to Freedom, amongst others.
Nice.
So what's his TV company now?
Annapurna.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, he now works for Annapurna International TV Unit. Really nice guy. Yeah.
It's really cool, like, to have those TV and film producers on board. Like last year, there were
it's exciting. I mean, for me, it's exciting just to hear their thoughts on it.
Yeah.
I was quite pleasantly surprised how involved Greg got, with what we sent him. He came
Greg
back with this list of what he liked about certain things and what he didn't. It's just so exciting just to get the perspective of such a someone from the actual movie world. It's just
agreed. Yeah.
No, it's really cool. And obviously, even though we've got new judges, it's also exciting to see that all the other judges are coming back for year 2.
I know, I'm so happy about that everyone wants to do it again, because obviously we didn't know how many people would enter, and I was worried that we would have scared some of them off with all
So we didn't
entries.
scare off the other Hollywood guys, did we? So we still got Greg Wilson and David Tanner.
Yeah.
Still on board.
Yeah, we've still got the whole original crew, which is brill. I can't
David Tanner, he's a big wig as well.
Yeah.
Dave Tanner's agreed to come on the podcast, Joss. So
saw that this morning.
Amazing.
Can't wait for that.
Grill him.
Yeah. We might be able to find time. We might be able to find time to come on that podcast, isn't it?
How many people is too many people asking people questions?
Tell me everything.
That's it, yeah.
4 might be a bit much. A bit like an interrogation.
So judges coming back, obviously, well, all 4 of us. Hello.
Hi.
Philip White is coming back. Exciting.
Yes.
Hopefully by that point next year, he'll be able to open an envelope. That'd be cool. We have Toby from Handcraft Pictures coming back.
Amazing.
Very exciting. Leanne is coming back.
Woohoo.
And obviously, Adele is coming back.
Yeah. Amazing.
Nice.
So we've got the full gang back together. Let's
Back
go.
together.
Road trip, I say. Road trip.
Gang bang.
Road trip. Where are we doing the judging from this year?
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Actually.
Let's take it
Person.
from a Zoom call to
A villa.
Yeah. I like where this is going.
Yeah.
Say no more.
like judges' houses on X Factor.
Oh my God, yeah.
Where we get everyone's face and we'll shuffle it around, and then we, go have a cocktail by the pool.
But joking aside, I do like the idea of getting together for judging.
Yeah,
For
that would be
sessions.
so
That'd be
cool, because
cool.
that was actually
That'd be
one
really
of my
cool.
favourite bits, was when we did the judges round table thing and the discussion
It was
and
good.
listening to
And it
everyone's
went on for a
thoughts
good
on
2-3 hours, so it would have been
did.
good to have drinks and refreshments.
Past midnight, yeah. So I think we've talked about all the changes really, which is there's actually quite a lot when you go through the list of categories and eligibility and all that stuff. It's really cool. One thing that's not changing, which we're excited about, is that we're going back to the art gallery.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Should we
such
shout
a
Some
out all
changes
the...
to the actual setup, aren't we?
to
We're
the
going to
actual
change some
event.
things with regards to the
Yeah.
organisation. Yeah.
But I think some of the some of the feedback afterwards, a lot of the feedback afterwards was the event was amazing. The event was amazing. The place was perfect. It felt really special. So it had to be back at the art gallery, I think, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what was a bone of contention, which is probably worth mentioning, is we're going to have a very quiet singer for after the ceremony. That's just gonna be very quiet.
We're going to
so you
keep
can
the whole
chat.
evening
don't-
cocktail vibe.
Yeah, I mean, we love the
don't have
band,
to
but
all
I think
squeeze
it was
into
quite... Yeah.
Yeah.
The
gift
quite
shop.
loud straight afterwards, wasn't it?
I think we expected after the actual awards, more drinks would come out,
Yeah.
and then everyone would be in a party vibe, and they were, but they wanted to have
chat.
those quiet
I think
discussion-y.
it turns out that they're all actually my kind of person that doesn't want any music or any dancing.
You just
They
want,
wanna,
mellow
sit and chat.
drinks and chat.
But I'm used to just me being weird like that, and
Yeah.
everyone else wants to have a good time.
So the festival is next year, but entries open today. Oh, you've got until the 1st of December to submit a film.
Yes.
But I reckon, if you want to buy tickets to come to the event, I think you've got to get your skates on this time. I reckon they're going to sell out in no time at all.
Well, we'll see, won't we? Because changes have been made there, haven't they? Because you now buy tickets either for 2 people.
Yeah. Or
as
solo.
in last year, or solo.
Yeah. Some people came on their own. Some people brought their partner. That was lovely.
Yeah.
And there's like an option for either or now, isn't there?
And then I suppose we need to make it clear what you get included with the canapes and the free drinks.
We kept a lot of the free drinks a secret, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which I think was a nice surprise for everyone. But
under promise, over deliver.
Yeah. Well, I think we should keep that same mystery alive. Who knows?
Okay.
There'll be some drinks and some canapes.
There was a lot of drinks.
No promises here, but I fully expect the actual filmmaking judges from the movie world. I expect them to show up.
Come and have a schmooze, hopefully.
Both Greg and Sophie, his wife, they wanted to come. They tried to come, but Greg was away.
It's
same
all schedules
with
and stuff, isn't
Dave
it?
Tanner and his wife. He wanted to come. They tried to make it, but he was away in Europe shooting. So
Fingers crossed
these people. Hopefully they'll come.
Yeah.
I'd love to have them. It just makes it feel
it'd be so nice
that
to meet
bit more
them.
prestigious, doesn't it? It's like it actually
Yeah.
feels like the BAFTAs now.
Yeah,
so
100%. Yeah, so excited.
Fingers crossed. So, are we gonna circle back to our 2 truths and a lie and try and get guesses? Because I'm totally stumped.
It's just so yours were that you once went to the wrong ceremony. Well, actually, the couple changed the ceremony location without telling you, so you were in the wrong place.
So we were at this wedding and we'd done prep. We went to the church.
This was a while ago.
We got there. There was no one there. There was no one in the car park. The church doors were locked. We were like, what on earth is going on? So we always take like a contact number, one for the bride, one for the groom. We were like, right, okay. We're just like frantically phoning every number we had. No answer. And we were just like, what? I don't know where we go from here. So we're just literally like phoning these numbers over and over and over and over. 45 minutes goes by until we get through to someone. Obviously, the ceremony is over.
No.
We get through to the best man. He's like, oh no, we're at this church. It was like 15 minutes away from the church we were at. We get there. Obviously, the ceremony's over. We're like, right, oh my God, they're all outside. We do like confetti. And then we were like, oh my God, obviously.
We did a few like because it was pictures. So we did a few like setups.
Yeah, we were like, come on, let's
church.
go in the church. We'll try and like make it look. But oh my God, the whole day we're just like, we missed the ceremony. Awful.
Like they kind of knew it was their fault because they'd changed the church. But
They were laughing.
Doesn't make it easy.
They were laughing about it, and we were horrified. It's like a wedding anxiety dream, which is the theme of all of our facts.
That was either the best lie in the world, or if it's
who knows?
Very extended with a lot of backstory and a lot of detail.
Okay.
So either you're very very good at this, or very very bad.
So next one. We had someone that didn't pay their balance for a year and we didn't notice.
Yeah.
So
until we did the accounts and we were like, did they never paid.
It was a December wedding. Also December wedding where all my Sony gear got stolen.
Yeah. It was this wedding was cursed from the start. But yeah, it turned out these people are they've got a lot of bills to pay, haven't they? They just missed that payment and we had never noticed or invoiced them for it. And then the year went by, we went to do the tax return. We were like, they never paid. Do we email them now and tell them they never paid us? Which we did. They were really nice.
They were really nice. But when you just like,
oh, come on.
So not only did I lose all that stuff, we lost even more money that day. And now you're sending this email, and they were both. No, were they both like one? Yeah, the groom was definitely a lawyer.
Yeah.
And he's just like, fuck. I mean, surely, he'll know a way of getting out of this if there is one.
But no, they were so nice. They did pay, and it all ended well, and we can laugh about it now. But just a nice sort of point of how shoddy we are at admin.
Yeah. Next, do you want to do the next one?
The third one was we did a commercial shoot, and we got to this place. We got all our stuff out and realised we did not have any memory cards with us whatsoever. We were about an hour from home. And then we proceeded, we had this really comical sort of meeting between us, you know, like hushed in the corner.
There were quite a few.
Where we were like, Pete, we need to just style this out. I don't know how.
Never know. Take it.
I don't know how we're styling this out, but this is so shoddy.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we need to fake it till we make it. Let's solve this. Let's just, you know.
So I was like on the phone to I phoned my dad, I think.
Yeah, can you go to our house and get memory cards?
But he wasn't home. They were up. They're always, because, you know, they're retired. They're always out for coffee and all that. And then I phoned one of my friends.
And he was like, yeah, sure. Could happen to anyone, could it? I'll bring some over. But he was like a 45-minute drive away. So for that, basically for an hour, we styled it out. We shot on phones.
I found one like old SD card at the bottom of the bag, you know, like one of the secret pockets where you'd put like an air tag. There was like an old, not healthy looking SD card. In there.
Yeah, so we had one camera and 2 phones we were using for an hour, and we were just trying to take ages setting up, you know, just like, it's fine, we're just going to get sorted, just kind of like, where is he, come on.
Yeah.
I've got to say, all 3 stories are so convincing. Are you sure one of them is a lie?
That could be the twist, couldn't it? They're all true.
That could be the twist. No, there is a lie in there. You got to find it.
Yeah. So wrong church.
Someone didn't pay us and we didn't notice.
Yeah.
That was number 2.
That's it.
And number 3 was the going to the commercial shoot and we didn't have any memory cards.
What I'm going to go for?
What?
Go for it.
I'm going to go for that one. Someone didn't pay you and you didn't notice.
Number 2.
I think I've got a theory behind this. I've got a theory because while you were talking about that, I remembered someone actually paid me twice. Oh, and I was like, "Ooh, shall I tell them?"
That's much better.
Yeah, they've given me. And I thought, and I think it just, if someone hasn't, you know, if someone pays you twice, then you've got a quandary, haven't you? It's like, shall I just keep it? Yeah. But if someone hasn't paid you, there's no decision to make. It's just like, hey, where's my money? So I think that is the line.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'll go with.
I mean, we did get paid, obviously.
Go on, Joss. What
I think is your lie is that you were not told about the church change.
Okay.
So I think that's the lie.
Should we do the big reveal?
Reveal?
Yeah.
Joss is correct.
Yeah.
But
no way.
But that story is based on something that happened. So they changed the church. They didn't tell us.
We were at bridal prep.
Overheard someone at bridal prep say the name of the church.
Don't forget they changed the church. We were like, say what?
No, they didn't say that because they said the name of a church, and I said, what church did you just say? And like they were like, this one. It was like, we've got this church.
Oh yeah, no, they changed it. Did they not tell you? No, they didn't. So it was a near miss.
This very much almost happened.
Yeah, it was a near miss.
This is why our job is so stressful. It's
so stressful.
Constantly
teetering on the edge of
absolute fucking disaster.
Like who changes the church and doesn't tell? Because we had like a month before meeting with them. They changed it before the month before.
I've mentioned it.
No, it doesn't matter, does it?
I can't believe that.
God.
Anyway, well done, Joss.
It's like, do you want me to shoot your wedding or not? You know? Do you want me to be there? 1 point for me, Jeff. 1 point for me.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, but I'll remind you of this one there, Jeff. Just, you know.
Okay, Joss, what are yours?
Right, we've got
it. So mine was the fact that I shot an entire wedding day with just a single 64 gig memory card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second was that I shot an outdoor ceremony and the dog, the local golden retriever, pissed on the floral arrangement.
Yeah.
And the third is that my light stand blew over and landed on the cake, destroying it.
I think 3 is the lie.
I think cake, yeah.
I was going to say the same thing because with the size of a cake and the size of a camera, it's not going to destroy it, is it? It's just going to like maybe dent a bit of it.
Oh, so he could be lying on a technicality. So even if that's a true one, we're like dismissing it because he's like just kind of like made a little dent. And he's like destroyed the whole thing.
Oh, God, you're brutal. Right, yeah.
So are you both going for the same one?
Yeah.
Are you both right? You are both right.
Yeah.
I just thought
right.
if that had happened, I feel like you'd have said that. I'd know that story. That's so horrific for it to splat the cake, you know?
Yeah.
There'd be a photo of that somewhere.
I basically it's kind of like an exaggeration of what happened, which is my light stand did blow over next to the cake, and it's like it could have happened.
It could have.
Because it was close.
Yeah. Tell me about the SD card.
Nice.
What did you do? Just forget your other SD card?
Yeah.
No, so I had, so it's when I started, it was my third ever wedding, and I only had, at that point, 2 SD cards, because I just had one camera, which is in itself, I'm like, what the hell?
So funny.
And one of them just wouldn't work anymore, so I was left with just a single one, and then it was really stressful, because what happened to you, Jeff, I think, where you deleted, like formatted, it could have happened, but I had to constantly offload the shoot because it just kept filling up every time. So it was really stressful.
I once flew to
before each thing. Sorry, just to finish, before each thing, like confetti, before speeches, I was like, I just need to give them, like, tell them, give me 2 minutes to make sure I'm prepared, kind of thing. But it was just so I could
that's horrible.
back up. It's so stressful. It's horrible.
Stressful.
I could have used. There was another story that I could have used, which is true. Which is, I once flew to Portugal without any batteries at all, and it was back in the days of the A7S Mark 1, which the battery would literally last about 10 minutes. So you had to have about 25 batteries.
Yeah.
And I charged them all and put them all neatly, and then I just went without them. So
again, that's like something that could happen to anyone.
It was, and it was a big wedding as well.
So
loads of lights,
talk about anxiety,
famous models and everything. And I was terracing around Porto, like trying to find electric shops. I managed to get like 3 batteries, so I had to have 2 on charge and 1 working. Any given time.
God,
it was so stressful.
So stressful.
Sometimes it's like you on a game show, don't you think? You're like, what is this?
Yeah.
This is madness.
So I bet there's like Ant and Deck saying, now do this. And you're like,
yeah. Funny.
So Jeff's.
Let's do
Go on, Jeff.
So the blood.
Covered, 100 grand dress in blood.
Yeah.
I deleted an entire wedding halfway through the wedding and had to go on to do a same day edit, and I asked the groom if he was the father of the bride.
I have a question about what was the age gap between the bride and groom then for you to ask this question?
Well, it wasn't that much of an age gap. That makes it even worse.
And he wasn't dressed well.
So, okay, I'm confident that I can back up both lies and truth. So I will go into it, actually. I'd spent all morning with the bride, okay? And all the groom had done is mow the lawn in his, jeans and t-shirt. So, as well as looking a little bit older than her, he was
that's
just
quite
doing
a dad thing
things,
to do.
the kind of things dads do.
That's
So
true.
I was like, hi, are you the father of the bride? And it was so embarrassing. But I actually met the same couple again. I mean, about a year later. And she uses that as kind of banter fodder. She's like, here's Jeff. Remember when he thought you was my dad?
Oh my God.
Blood. Tell us about the blood. I need to know where the blood's from.
I was literally going to ask, what happened with the blood one?
Right. Camera bag on top of a very weighty sort of luggage holder in a hotel room. Pulled the camera bag off. The piece of furniture fell over, landed on my heel, like the biggest gash you've ever seen in a heel. Wouldn't stop bleeding all morning. Tried plasters, tried tissues. Actually had to proceed to, the bride's family's house, which was a fucking big castle in Salzburg. And the staff there helped me stop the bleeding. But then when I was tasked with, getting the dress somewhere for the photographer to shoot, blood all over the bottom of it from my leg. All over it. And the bride was actually in fashion. So it was super important to her, this amazing, really expensive dress. So
what
that was good.
Did you go and tell her?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
She was lovely. She was like, oh, we'll sponge it off. It's fine. We'll sponge it off. But, when you can tell, you don't mean that, do you? It's not fine, is it?
No.
Yeah.
What was his other one?
I know, but
he deleted a wedding.
He deleted a wedding halfway through the wedding.
Mm.
The worst part was I was supposed to be doing the same day edit as well. So it wasn't I would have had, it was obvious what had happened because they're all sitting down like after the meal to watch this same day edit that I've shot. So imagine the feeling when you've realised you've deleted it all.
So you formatted a card
feeling
by accident or something?
It was back in the days of EX1, and the media for an EX1 was hundreds and hundreds and it's nearly £1,000 for the card. And I was starting out. That's probably my fifth wedding, so I could only afford one card. So I had to literally take it out, back it up, wipe it, and put it back in. And one of those times I'd not backed it up, and it was the entire ceremony, which was in St. Helens Cathedral. And it was back in the days of radio mics, so all the audio was to the camera, and that was all gone. All gone.
Nice.
I got away with it though.
But you were doing a same day edit back then?
Yeah. I did same day edits for the first 100 weddings that I shot.
First one, I reckon. I can definitely see Jeff asking someone if they're the father of the bride.
3 is true.
Yeah.
3 is true.
I agree. I agree with that one, actually.
3 is totally true.
But you would have said it in such a charming way that he can't be upset.
Yeah, it's 1 or 2.
Yeah.
It's 1 or 2. Let me think, because this is so important.
2, we have the advantage of his arcane technology that he was talking about,
I know. I feel bamboozled by the old equipment. So potentially...
He's bamboozling us. Same day edit.
And he'd always been a same day edit guy, so that seems true. But also maybe that's a bamboozle.
Or maybe it's a half truth,
But would someone actually be okay if you bled all over their dress?
No chance. Not $100,000 wedding dress. No chance.
Yeah, would that be okay?
It would end up with the rest of your blood everywhere else as well. I'm pretty sure about that. So I reckon he did bleed and almost bled on the dressing gown. On the dressing gown, or the wedding gown.
Are we thinking 1 is the lie?
Yeah, is that the actual
dressing gown?
Right, let's go. 1 is the lie.
Yeah, wedding dress.
1 is the lie, I think.
For blood.
Are you both going with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're both right.
Oh,
yeah!
We're so good at this! We got them both right!
You are.
It's actually a true story, but it happened to the photographer, not me. She was the one that gashed her ankle open. She was the one that had to bandage it up when we got to the castle. She was the one that got blood all over the bottom part of the dress. So,
oh my God. You'd be mortified, wouldn't you, if that happened?
Yeah, she stopped shooting weddings after that wedding.
Yeah, because they killed her. She's never been seen again.
That's horrific.
So yeah, the time I deleted the entire wedding, I got away with it. I got away with it because I just happened to have said yes to my mate's son coming along with his 5D Mark II just to try it out and stand in the corner of the cathedral. And I hope they're not watching. I've deleted all the audio and everything and all the close-ups, and I just had this one wide shot with a couple dead tiny in the distance and just all the echoes, and they went, it's genius the way that you've captured the scale of the place.
Genius. Genius.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Right. What an awesome chat we've had. That's great.
Thanks, guys, for joining your podcast.
Good.
Does that feel a bit like
exciting, but
he was having a go then?
No, I was not having a go. That was not.
Thanks for deigning us with your presence, you lazy people.
Guys, we'll see you throughout the year, and obviously we'll see you at the festival, including anyone else that listens and that is hopefully going to submit a film from today. So start submitting.
Yes.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yes.
Can't wait to see these films.
Can't wait to watch them.
Now let's begin the awards.